title again, how to perform very well as a student. Number one, as an SS1 student, you must keep your SS1 notebook and SS2 notebooks. I repeat, as an SS1 student, you must keep your SS1 notebook and SS2 notebooks very well, because you are going to make use of them when you get to SS3. Get your Bible and write down something. So, now, why did I say this? Let me explain the reason why I said that. The WAEC syllabus, okay, is made up of SS1 and SS2 work for every subject. English, maths, chemistry, biology, economics, all the subjects. Now, SS3 is a revision class. So, what they do in SS3 is that the teachers get to the class and revise what the students have done in SS1 and SS2. If you ask any teacher, they will tell you the same thing. So, don't assume that if you play away your time in SS1 and play away your time in SS2, that once I get to SS3, I will be serious. It's not like that. That is revision class. And if you misplace your SS1 notebook and your SS2 notebook, you won't see what you're going to fall back on when the teachers are revising with you in SS3. Are you getting it? So you keep those notebooks very well. The truth is that once you get to SS2, you have covered the syllabus for WAEC. And that is the reason why some students actually write GCE when they're in SS2, not SS3. Some students do that. Why? Because they have achieved the coverage of the syllabus. Two things that make a student to pass any exam. One, coverage of the syllabus, and two, mastery of the syllabus. Once you have those two things, there's no exam you can fail. You can't fail any exam. Coverage of the what? Syllabus. Because all the exam questions will be brought from the syllabus. And once you have covered the syllabus and you also mastered the syllabus, that is the end. You excel, you come at A1. A student, not one student, several students have come out with A1 in 9 subjects, SS3. I mean, WAEC. And in White Sands, we have seen students who have achieved 6A and above. So, if a particular student has done that, then you too can do it if you make up your mind. So, number 3, set a target. Is it number 2 or number 3? Number 2, thank you. Number 2, set a target. What do I mean by set a target? It simply means that you should have a goal of what you want to achieve at the end of your secondary school. Now, I'm in SS1. From SS1, I'll move to SS2, and I will now get to SS3. Then I will now write my West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination. If I write that exam, I need 5 credits for me to get admission to higher institution, isn't it? And those 5 credits must include English and Maths. Some students don't know this, but it's better you know it very early. Maybe if you have A1 in 6 subjects and you miss either English or you miss Maths, they will not give you admission. So you named those 2 subjects plus at least 3 other subjects to make it 5. So you named them, all higher institutions. Now, I use the word set a target because if you have a target, you will be self-motivated. Self-motivated means that nobody is really pursuing you to read or to study. Because of what you have in mind, that this is what you want to achieve as your result at the end of your final year exam. The thing will stir you up in your mind to read, to study, to do your assignment. You see your assignment as an opportunity for you to shine. Yes, as an opportunity for you to show yourself that you can pass any subject, isn't it? Now, I use the word target again to prove to you that nothing in life comes cheaply. You have to make a sacrifice. You have to do what? You have to do what? Make a sacrifice. How many of you have heard of Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali. Good. I like that. Now, Muhammad Ali was a very famous boxer. He was world champion of all time. This man said, and I quote him, "I do not enjoy the trainings." That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, "I hated the trainings. While others were asleep, he said, wake up very early and practice very early in the morning while others are sleeping. Sometimes he will make like 100, 200 punches just practicing. To the point that because of the practice, because practice, they say what? Makes perfect. Because of the practice, he was so skillful to the point that when you fight Muhammad Ali, the first round, he knocks you out. Most people who fought with him never got to the second round. Okay? Why? He had to sacrifice something. Sacrifice his convenience, sleep, rest, whatever you want to call it, to train, which he said with his mouth that he did not enjoy. He hated it. He didn't want to do it. But because of what he had in mind, that this is what I want to become. I want to become world champion. He had to what? Pay the price, isn't it? And at the end of the day, he got what he wanted, isn't it? You've heard of Messi, you heard of Ronaldo, and you heard of all these big names in football. They train and train and train. They have seen the future. They had a big picture. Big picture, it means that you look at yourself. Now means SS1. What do I want to become in life in 10 years' time? In 20 years' time? I want to become a pilot, or I want to become an engineer, or I want to become this. And you now work towards it. Not until you get to that 40 years old before you start working for it. It's now you start planning towards that target. By not playing with your books, by not playing with your studies, by taking your studies very seriously. This morning, if you remembered, and if you were at the assembly, the principal announced the names of some White Sands students that got scholarship. One of them to University of Cambridge, the other one to Imperial College, and then another one again. And this is just these recent ones. Previously, so many of them that passed out. Now, some of those students, we've actually invited them sometimes to come and talk to our students here. So they came here and spoke to our students and said why they were here. They felt that the teachers were mounting pressures on them too much, not knowing that they were actually building them up, doing them good. So they said now they realize that they've had a very solid foundation in White Sands. He said because when you get to the higher institution, you will not see anybody propelling you. Where is your assignment? Where is your this? Have you read this book? Have you read this chapter? Nobody will bother you. And if you are not brought up with the reading habit, you will fail woefully. And when you don't meet a particular grade, they will ask you to withdraw from the higher institution, from the university. So he said that they thank God that the teachers actually propelled them to work. While they were here, they didn't enjoy that type of stuff. But those of them who actually made up their mind, no teacher forced them to read on their own. They were studying. That's why they came out with A's. And for you to get a scholarship means that their parents are not paying a dime. And not just that, they will have the scholarship overseas. When they are studying, they are even paying them for studying. They're taking care of their welfare, feeding and every other thing. That's what we call full scholarship. We have half scholarship, we have full scholarship. So parent does not pay a dime. Won't you be happy for yourself that at least my parents will not suffer anymore, and you'll be able to save something into your own bank account? So it's a very big opportunity that you must not miss. And if you want to dream that dream, you start dreaming right from now. Actually, it's supposed to start from JS1. But let's assume that you didn't really take anything seriously in JS1, JS2, JS3. Now you are in another foundation class. SS1 is what? Is what? Foundation what? Class. Foundation for your future. The type of person you want to become in future. Are we listening, guys? So it means that the target, the goal you have set for yourself, is the goal that will be pushing you to read. Not your dad or mom that will be saying, have you done your assignment? What is your assignment? On your own, the thing will be propelling you to do anything you need to do. Now, let me tell you one thing, which you should write down as number 3. Buy past WAEC questions and answers booklet. Buy it. Past, write it down. Buy and read. Not only buy and keep. Buy and read past WAEC questions and answers booklet. Buy and read past WAEC questions and answers booklet. Now let me explain the benefit of that, the advantages. If you have that book, now you go to any bookshop and you mention this, just mention this name, past WAEC question and answers booklet, and you tell them, they will just give it to you. Sometimes just 500 naira or less than that. Now you buy for English because they are made in separate subjects. So you buy the one for English, you buy the one for maths, you buy the one for economics, like that. So if it is sold at 500, which means 500 times 9 subjects or 10 subjects. So 5 times 9, that would be how many? How much? 4,500. Okay. Let's assume that they are 10, so that is 5,000 naira. It's not a big deal. Now, if you have that thing and you do not keep it under your pillow, but you actually brought it out and practiced with it, look at the secret. WAEC repeats their questions year in, year out. So, if you start from, this is 2017, if you start from 2007, from 2007 to 2017, that is how many years? 10 years. If you practice just 10 alone, you answer the objective questions, be faithful to yourself, be honest, don't look at the answers because there are answers at the back. After you finish answering the 100 questions or 80 questions, it's objective, so you mark. And then the essay, you can ask your teacher to mark it for you on your own, or if you know a student who is very good in maths or any particular subject that is better than you study with that student. If you do that, you should be able to have A1 in all your subjects. That's the truth. At the end of the day, your goal of having a scholarship or your goal of having a very powerful result That no, the university, they will be begging you that please come, we want you. Please come. You know that there are some of these students, they got the same scholarship in about 3 universities. So they now decide which one will I go. Should I go to Cambridge? Or should I go to University of Nottingham? Or should I go to Imperial College? They now decide which one I will choose. They are not the one deciding. They want to help you, yet you are the one deciding which one you want. Can you imagine? So it's like that, because if you really focus on your academics, also focus on co-curricular activities, I'm telling you, by the time your transcript is sent to them, they will see all your co-curricular activities and see your performance, right? They will look at the transcript from GS1. So when they see it, they say, please come. This one will also be calling you. About 3 or 4 will even be inviting you that come. We want you. So you are now, your parent will not be deciding which one should we pick. Is it not better like that? That you will not be the one deciding which one you want. So right from the go, please write this down. When you are given an assignment in English, there's going to be a deadline to submit it. Try and meet up the deadline. I'm saying it because I don't know of other subjects. Some other subjects, they may even do worse. But if you don't meet up deadline, what I will do is that if you submit it a day after the deadline, a day or 2 after the deadline, I'll give you your marks, but not the full marks. I may deduct 1 mark out of it, or 2 marks. But if you submit before the deadline, okay, you get your full marks. I deduct that 1 mark because so that next time you will always submit at the deadline. That's the purpose of that 1 mark. So that you will not be submitting late all the time. But for other teachers, I don't know. Then don't bring your assignments to me when it is over a week. It means you are not ready. I'll put 0 there. And that's what they will do in other subjects. If it's 1 day, 2 days, I will still collect it. I will collect it. I promise you. But once it's getting too late, don't bring it, because we need to enter scores online. Once we have entered the score online, we can't go